On this series we will exploring Macedonian rulers, starting with the greatest, the father of Alexander. This is part 2. Philip quickly realized the weaknesses of his country's army and drew upon past experience to mold them into a superb fighting unit. For 3 years, beginning around 367 BCE, he had been a hostage in Thebes. His brother Perdiccas eventually gained his release, where he witnessed the infamous Sacred Band and the extremely successful Theban Wedge, as well as the tactical abilities of their famed commanders Epaminondas and Pelopidas. Using these experiences, he completely reorganized Macedonia's army. He increased its size from 10,000 to 24,000 and enlarged the cavalry from 600 to 3,500. This was no longer an army of citizen warriors but one of professional soldiers. He created a corps of engineers to develop siege weaponry, namely towers and catapults. To give each man a sense of unity and solidarity, he provided uniforms and required an oath of allegiance to the king. Each soldier would no longer be loyal to a particular town or province, but faithful only to the king. Next, he restructured the traditional Greek phalanx, providing each individual unit with its own commander, thereby allowing for better communication. Philip changed the principal weaponry from the hoplite spear to the sarissa, an 18 to 20 feet pike. It had the advantage of reaching over the much shorter spears of the opposition. Besides the sarissa, a new helmet and a redesigned shield, each man possessed a smaller double-edged sword, or xiphos, for close-in-hand fighting. After his reorganization of the army, he remade the capital city of Pella, inviting poets, writers, and philosophers. Aristotle would be asked to teach Philip's son Alexander. Again, his reasoning was sound. To assure that his neighbors would not attack, he invited their sons to Pella to not only be educated but also to serve as hostages. In order to safeguard his authority at home, he established the royal pages to secure the throne against possible plots. However, his primary concern remained the safety and security of Macedonia. In 357 BCE he angered the citizens of Athens when he captured their colony at Amphipolis, thereby acquiring its gold and silver mines. He would temporarily return it to the city-state only to recapture it later. From there, he seized the northern Greek cities of Potidaea and Pydna in 356 BCE.